Good to see you.
You know, when people stand up, I sometimes feel like, oh, they're leaving. But no, that was nice.
Well, congratulations. That's a nice surprise last night.
Are you suggesting I already hocked my Emmys and bought drugs? What are you talking about? That's insane. Thank you very much. We're very happy. I had a very nice night.
Were you surprised because you won before?
We're always surprised. You know,
Yeah.
when you fly out here, you always think you're going to lose. I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
In fact, you always think you're going to lose and get bronchitis.
Oh, that's right. You pick up something on the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You pick up some sort of...
Bad enough you lose, then you get a cold.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, so everybody was really excited, and we've been working real hard and on the book as well. So we're
well, the
excited.
book is very, very funny. We'll get to that later.
Sure, sure.
See, I want to talk to you about some of the news stuff.
Please.
The big news story today...
Let's do it.
...is this, of course, the CBS screw-up. What do you got? What do you think? What do you
The
make?
Dan Rather situation.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Here's the thing about the Dan Rather situation. I'm sure everybody's heard about Dan Rather and CBS. For me, it's very gratifying to see fake news taking off like this. As a fake newsman,
Right.
to see this catching on,
Yeah.
I can't exactly take all the credit for it.
But you're a pioneer, a trailblazer.
I'm a trailblazer in the fake news, and to see Dan, I don't want to say copying us,
Right.
but fake news is kind of our thing.
Yeah, but...
I saw CBS sent out a press release a couple of days ago after the forgeries. It started to become apparent that this was a forgery.
Right.
So they sent out a press release saying, we will be issuing a statement that hopefully will clarify some of the unanswered questions about the forgeries. And I thought, oh, you know what would have been a great time to answer the unanswered questions about the forgeries? Before you put it on the TV.
Yeah.
You might have wanted to check that out. But to keep perspective, we should also note, if you remember in President Bush's State of the Union address, there were those forged documents that they used to say that Saddam Hussein had bought uranium from Niger.
Yeah, okay. Right.
So it's forged documents that Dan Rather used to maybe make it seem like George Bush got preferential treatment, and forged documents that got us into a war. So, it's about half and half. It's about the same. It's about this,
Now,
it all comes out in the wash.
So there were no fact checkers? Does it strike you as odd that there...
CBS has no fact checkers?
Yeah.
No, listen, these guys are all like 90 years old. I mean, honestly. My grandfather wasn't big on checking the facts either. I mean, this is what happens. The guys actually on the internet, all the bloggers, check the facts.
Right.
I guess they have on the internet facts, whereas,
You can just check.
where you can check them.
Yeah.
Whereas if you work at CBS, you're just walking around bumping into walls. I really don't know what's going on.
You got the card file, the Dewey Decimal thing.
I mean, I really don't understand. I've been on the internet. I mean, I don't know how you find facts in between the porn. Like, it's... Apparently, they were able to find the facts, whereas people at CBS were like, oh, we could have looked that up? Wow. We should have tried that.
Well, let's talk about the campaign now. You have it seems to be focusing on Vietnam.
I think if Kerry focuses, I think if he really focuses, he can defeat Nixon, and he can have our troops.
Right.
I think if he really stays with it, he can take Nixon and have our troops out of Vietnam by 74.
Really think it's
I think so. I think he can do it.
I wouldn't think it was possible, but now you brought it up.
I didn't think it was possible either, but I think he can.
Now, what are your thoughts on the candidates?
I just think it's interesting. George Bush, people have always discussed that he's, the joke is always on his intelligence. The man's not stupid. Stupid is, oh my God, I just ate soap. You know what I mean? Like, he's not, he's a very bright man.
Right.
What I like about him is this. We went to war in Iraq, and we didn't find weapons of mass destruction or an Al-Qaeda Saddam link.
Right.
But the nice thing about President Bush is he doesn't care. You know what I mean? Like, if this were Clinton, and we didn't find weapons of mass destruction, he'd be all trying to explain it.
Yeah.
And, he'd be like, well, when I said mass destruction, I meant the weight of the weapons, and, that kind of thing. But you really get the feeling like, like with President Bush, what's nice about it is, I literally believe that they went into President Bush and went, hey, man, we didn't find the weapons of mass destruction. And he went, how about that? There's no link between Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden. Ain't that something? You know what I mean? Like, here's how, this is very interesting.
Yeah.
Apparently, Osama bin Laden had tried to contact Saddam Hussein to get help. And Saddam Hussein, this was, I guess, in 1998,
right,
had turned them down, had turned al-Qaeda down. Which really brings up, I think, a very interesting point. How big a jackass do you have to be before Saddam Hussein says, I can't work with this guy?
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I never thought of it. Yeah,
Saddam Hussein's like, I have rape rooms. I'm a mass murderer. But this guy creeps me out. I can't be, this guy I can't be around. That's, it doesn't speak well. But I do want to say, in President Bush's defense,
yes,
Iraq didn't have weapons of mass destruction or a link to al-Qaeda. But Iran, as it turns out, does have weapons of mass destruction and a link to al-Qaeda. So when you think about it, and really, give credit where credit is due, we were off by only one letter. And I think that's, I think that's an important, I really do think that that's something to consider.
So when you think of
Everybody,
12,000 miles away, you're one letter. Yeah.
only one letter up. Look,
letter.
we've all gone to like 418 18th Street and been like, oh, west, not east. I mean, we all make that mistake. So you have to give credit where credit is due.
We'll come back. We'll find out something about Kerry right after.
Very nice.
More with Jon Stewart. Exactly. Welcome back, talking with Jon Stewart from The Daily Show. Talking about politics and the candidate. You discussed Bush. How about Kerry? What do you think?
Kerry, I think the nice thing about Kerry is no matter what he says, carries gravity because he has this stentorian, bring it on. He's got that.
Like Shatner.
Right. There's a certain sense of, he has maybe some spielkas. You know what I mean? Like there's
Spielkas, right.
I'm not feeling so good, Edwards, I think, is very interesting because he's so pure. You feel like, oh God, they'll hurt him. He just seems like, oh, stay gold, pony boy. And I like Cheney. I think Cheney is the greatest disparity between what he looks like on the outside and the evil that dwells within.
Oh, really?
On the outside, he looks so Willy Loman-ish. On the outside, he looks like one of those guys that always has a nice little candy that's got a little tissue paper stuck to it that he wants to give to you. But really, he's in a bunker somewhere developing a death ray. You know what I mean? Like,
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, that's why I work on cable.
Oh, how about some of the some of the issues like terrorism? How are we doing there? The Homeland Security.
I think we're much safer.
Color code, much safer.
I live in New York. Here's what happened in the last. Here's something you never want to happen when they issue a warning for terrorism.
Right.
You never want to hear your street mentioned.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. Yeah.
That was what happened. They mentioned the Citibank building on 54th Street. Right. So it was one of those. You're watching TV. By the way, we're raising the terror alert for 54th Street. But here's how we've gotten to be in New York. That's on East 54th, and I'm on West. So I was like, oh, that's not even near me.
Piece of cake.
That's all the way across town. I've got nothing to worry about.
Exactly.
But President Bush has said we're safer, and I guess we just have to take his word for it. Isn't it? If we're safer, shouldn't they lower the terror alert level, or it doesn't work that way?
Now, where is it now? It's like teal or something.
Yes.
Is it between?
By the way, I feel very safe knowing that we have at least 5 colors in the terror alert. What do they do at the Department of Homeland Security? Do they just, we came up with 5 colors and now we're all going to go home? Like, what do they do?
Well, you know what they do? They come up with a color, and then people go, hey, what does that mean? And you go, elevated. So why have the color? No one knows what the color means. You go, blue.
One of the alerts is high and the other is elevated, which is, they're synonyms.
Right.
I mean, you don't even, what's the difference? One's like this, and the other is like this. I mean, it's the same. It's the same crap.
Right, it's basic.
But I've got duct tape, so I can't be hurt.
You're all set.
I am impervious. Once the terrorists found out that we had duct tape, I think that's thrown a real.
Yeah, you think that may have slowed them up a bit.
We were going to do a dirty bomb, but they have adhesives. There's nothing we can do.
Well, how about some of the other issues now? Some of the other issues in the campaign. You got the assault weapons ban. Now you're free to go. You can buy a machine gun now.
Yeah, the assault weapons ban was lifted, which is great for me. I've got the AKs 1 through 46.
Oh, nice, really? Yeah.
But I've never been able to get 47.
Yeah,
it's been banned.
Yeah, the 47.
So now I can run right out.
Right. I want to have that.
I need it because I want to shoot a lot of deer.
Yeah.
And I want, when I'm done, not to have any meat left.
Yeah.
I want to kill the deer and then walk over and go, it was right here. Where is it? Oh, it's a puddle. No, it's good. I think it's the government saying that everyone should have an assault weapons ban,
Right.
because we're not going to help you. That when the terrorists come, you're on your own.
Right. A gay marriage? How about that? What do you got on that?
What are you saying?
Well,
I'm married, so I guess
so's the governor of New Jersey.
That's true.
Yeah.
I actually, you know, the gay marriage situation is very interesting. I got married, and my wife and I got married purely because gay people can. We just did it to basically taunt them.
Really? To spite?
Yeah. Really? We got married out of spite to gay people.
Yeah.
When we got married, our vows were this: na 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 na. You know, the gay marriage thing is, you know, it's insane. It's the same idea with, you know, they're not allowed to march in the St. Patrick's Day parade.
That's right, I heard that. Yeah.
Because, and I do understand that because gay people are very flamboyant, and nothing should distract from the dignity of that parade. You don't want some gay guy checking you out while you're pissing behind a dumpster.
Right. Well, tell us about the book. It's very funny.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's sort of like an American history type of book, would you say?
It is a textbook. You know, we got tired. So many books come out now, and they're filled with half-truths or some, you know, things. And we thought, why not do a book that's completely just half-truths?
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
And we worked really hard on it, all the writers at the show, and it's a textbook.
Yeah, and it's set up like, kind of like the front here. See, the book, the property of, you see, you got your home.
You have that right there. And you put your name on it, and at the back, when you're completely done with the book, there is a certificate that qualifies you to start a nation.
All right, yeah.
And you can start your own nation, and even if it's not a great nation, if you use the ideas in this book, just smash them together, you're bound to come up with something better than North Korea.
And this is impressive. It says...
Oh, a lot of North Korea fans here tonight.
Yeah.
What? Don't make fun of
Isn't
Kim
odd
Jong-il?
what people ooh at? You make fun of the president, the candidates, nothing. You go North Korea, ooh, why?
I guess they know he's got nukes.
Now you brought a clip of the book?
I did bring a clip.
Let's
I thought
take a look.
I'd take a
Can we have a
quick show
clip of the
for
book?
everybody.
Let's take a look.
I think you guys will really enjoy this. Yeah, that's a clip of the book. I feel like an idiot. That was the wrong clip.
The wrong clip?
Yeah.
The studio sent the wrong clip?
The studio sent the wrong clip. There's this other clip that was mostly just sentences.
Yeah, okay. Well, that happens.
Yeah, that happens. But I think you'll enjoy it. There's a poster in there dedicated to the 2004 campaign, John Kerry versus George Bush, skull versus bones. And I think kids will enjoy it.
Now, congratulations. You just had a baby, or your wife had a baby? Most people,
I've got to make a phone call.
Yeah, no, this is wonderful.
Yeah, I just had a baby boy about 11 weeks ago.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Well, folks, the book is right here. It's called America, A Citizen's Guide to Democratic Inaction, and it's The Daily Show, which it's a very funny show. Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
Jon Stewart, be right back with the middleweight champion of the world, Bernard Hopkins, right after this.